Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Stacking Perpetrator here. Alright, we're going to call this video part 3 of organizing the collection, the stack as a whole, and having it ready to catalog. And I've done 2 episodes where I narrowed some stuff down. I actually freed up some space in one of my slab boxes for future expansion, because I pulled some stuff out. I set up one box for all keepers that is full, so I've got that off the set, and then I went through and sorted out some slab coins that are going to be put in the future sell box. No, I'm not willing to sell any of my coins at this present time. They just went into that box for, as I said, quote, future sell, trade, or upgrade for gold. So I've got those situated, and I'm trying to narrow this down to make and get things organized, sorted, situated, so that I can go through and I can catalog what's in this box, I can catalog what's in this box, and I can go through, catalog the albums. The albums are pretty much self-explanatory. There's not much arrangement on those. I just have to, when I make my list and catalog that album, the coins are already organized in the album, so just common sense there. But one thing I want to talk about, and I'm going to move this one out of the way because this is my Morgans. I'll just let you know, this is, I have my Morgan collection, date mint mark set going, and then I have a year set going, and then I have an album with my extra raw Morgans, and this is just a few slabs I have. There's a couple in here that, depending on if I find a raw one for an upgrade, like this one here, this is ICG 99O. If I cannot find a coin, or if I do not find a coin that looks close like this for my main set, this is a candidate for me to crack out and upgrade my Littleton album set. So I'm just holding on to this one. I have a few others in here, but these I'm keeping. These will be part of the permanent stack for the present time until things may change down the road, but that's where we stand with that. But now we're down to the box that I have, and this box is part of my ASE collection. I have the Littleton 2 album set that contains the bullion coins and the West Point burnished coins. No proofs go in those albums. That is current and up to date. Then I have the proofs. I have the B75 and some other various coins, which I will break that down and show my set, my complete code. Well, as complete as I got it, I still need 2 coins to actually have the set complete and up to date. No, I do not have the 5 coin set, but I do have the 2 coins that you could only get within that 5 coin set. I do have them in the slab. It was cheaper to buy these 2 coins slab than it was to buy the entire 5 coin set, because the other 3 coins you could get other ways. The way I'm doing my ASE collection is I want one example of each coin out there. I don't really care about duplicates. Sometimes I do get duplicates because I get them cheap and then I can sell or trade them. One of these I think I had 2 sets of this 2 coin set here. I had 2 sets in the annex slabs. I kept this set because it has matching cert numbers. This was somebody submitted 1,797 sets. These have the matching. These were sets number 274. These are matching certs. The other set had mismatched numbers. I think I had 275 and like a 278. So I kept the 2 that matched in here, but I actually bought those, made a little money, and was able to buy something else. Like I said, sometimes I prefer the raw coins, but sometimes it is cheaper to buy the coin slabbed. Like this is the 2008 West Point burnished. You got the W mint marker in the back, but it has the reverse of '07. And all the reverse of '07 is the mint changed the font style for the U in United, and up until '07 there was no little serif on the bottom right side of the U. In 2008 they added the little serif on the bottom of the U. This is the rare version. This is a pricey coin, even in MS69. It's the only one I've seen. I went ahead and bought it slab because I know it's a legitimate coin and I don't have to worry about it. And plus it was cheaper than buying the raw version in the end. So that is part of my collection. I do have some other stuff. I have some proofs with signatures on them from, this is Thomas Cleveland, hand signed signature. I have a Edmund C. Moy, that's his signature on there. Something about slab, because I'm going to get into some of these slab labels. I do agree with the signatures. I do agree with these labels because people do collect the signatures. So sometimes the signatures will, having the signature will get you a premium for the coin. But something I want to talk about, and I'll talk about one specific label because I'm going through this and trying to figure out why I have certain things and debating on narrowing down my Silver Eagle collection even further because I find some of these labels are just absolutely stupid and meaningless, and I don't want to get caught up in the trap of buying labels and not the coins. Well, we're going to start out, we're going to talk about this early release label right here. Both of these are early releases. They're both 2021 West Point Eagles. They do not have mint marks because they are the bullion coin. So the only way to know the only way to prove that these came from West Point is the entire monster box with the original straps and paperwork inside had to be cut at NGC or PCGS or Annex or whichever grading company you send it to. They verify. That's why the W is in the parentheses, because it is not, the mint mark is not on the coin itself. Now they call these early releases. We'll think about that for a moment. How do these get to be early release? The only people that can get their hands on Eagles before anybody else, before collectors, before people like you and me, just the regular common folk, there's a select handful of authorized purchasers who can buy these things like the day before the mint releases them or whatever, and then those companies get them to the grading companies, and by the grading company standards, it's not so much focused on the early release, it's focused on it has to be sent to the grading company in a certain time, because there's no stipulations on these of what early release is. Do I pay extra for early release? Do I care about early release? No, I will never do that. But there is an exception to every rule. And I'm going to come back to these in a minute, because I have this NGC. This is a 2013 W West Point, which is just a bullion coin. So this was the entire monster box with the straps intact were submitted to NGC. They cracked it open. They called it early release. The reason I agree with this early release and I don't agree with these is because they made the stipulation on the label that these are from the first 20 boxes. Okay, that adds a little meat behind when they say first release, because they're stating on here this was from the first 20 boxes. Okay, and it's got a special hologram that says West Point and NGC, and then you chip it a certain way, and then you have the smaller NGCs show through. I can kind of agree with this. The only other really thing that gets me with these labels, is that if this gets dropped or gets smashed or winds up in a fire or whatever the case may be, just think of the worst thing that could happen, and it gets cracked out, there's no way to ever prove once this is damaged enough to let the coin out, or the label gets burnt and is gone and not legible, there's no way to prove this coin was from the first 20 boxes that was released. Well, I'm only interested in the coin. Do you, as a collector of the series, the Silver Eagle series, do I really care when the coin was released? No, I could care less. But I do understand this label, and I kind of have some agreement because of the stipulation it's from the first 20 boxes. So let me put this one back. What I don't agree with is just slapping early release on there, because that's just meaningless. And I hope, and you should never pay extra for that. There is no rhyme or reason for the early release. Now I have these two in my collection, and the reason I do have these is because I got these on the cheap. No, I did not send these in. No, I did not spend the money to get the early release designation. They are MS70s. I got these at super cheap deals. That's why I have these in my collection. I'm just realizing that I have two of the same coin with just different labels. So I'm going to look up and see what the difference, because sometimes this star, the way they have the star, there's the silver star, gold star, and those actually supposedly mean something. To me, just what it says on here is just meaningless. I could care less. I just want an example of the coin. So I will probably move these two coins out of this and move these over into the future sell pile or box, and to make room for more things that I wind up getting in slab that are significant, that actually mean more than just being a first release. I thought about going through all the years and picking up the years with the verified slab mint mark, whether it be West Point, Philadelphia, San Francisco, kind of like this one here was verified to be struck at San Francisco. But I thought, you know what, the mint designed these bullion coins to where if you did not know what the label was, if you could not see the label and all you could see was the coin, the mint has set it up, and they're so good at this. This is one of the few things they're good at, and that's no matter where the die pairs are sent, whichever mint gets the die pairs, there's absolutely no way whatsoever, by strictly looking at the coin and determining that this was San Francisco and this was West Point. There is absolutely no way to determine that simply by looking at the obverse or the reverse of the coin when they are the bullion strikes. They did that on purpose. To me, this getting it certified that it was struck at San Francisco and West Point, to me, is just a gimmick for people to make a bunch of money. And this one is the first release for 2021. This one just says it was struck at the San Francisco Mint. So all this meant was somebody got a box from San Francisco, they sent it in, they had them graded. This one just happens to be a 69. They were hoping for as many 70s as possible so that they could make a bunch of money. I could care less about, because there's no mint mark on it anyways. If this coin ever got separated from its holder, there's absolutely no way that you could verify that this coin was indeed a San Francisco if it ever got separated from this particular holder. To me, that is something that just should not do, because if we go back to the 5-coin set, most people sent their entire 5-coin set in unopened because the other 3 coins could be obtained in other ways. However, these 2 coins, the San Francisco Proof and the Philadelphia Reverse Proof, these 2 coins were exclusive to the 5-coin set. It was the only way to get these 2 coins. So by these saying first release, well, who gives a crap? So what? Somebody got a hold of a set a day before somebody else did. Whoop-de-doo-dah day. You know, I'm not paying extra because it's first release. Who cares? You want the coin. Who cares when it left the mint? You know, I'm sure there's people out there that, oh, no, that's more valuable than the one that was released the next day, you know, that left the mint the next day. BS. That's a bunch of garbage. But with these 2 coins, if the slabs ever get destroyed or the coins broken out, it automatically, whichever grading company sends it in and they see this coin, they have to grade it as being from a 5-coin Silver Eagle set, because this was the only possible way to get these coins. You could not get these 2 coins any other way. You had to get the 5-coin set. These, as I just stated, if they ever get busted out of the slabs get destroyed, the label's gone, they still have to put the 5-coin Silver Eagle set, because it was the only way to get it. I have one of the other coins. This one is from the 25th anniversary set, same as this. This is one of the 5 coins. If I'm not mistaken, this 2011 West Point Proof is the only one I have. I don't know if I have the box with the Proof, but you could get, even though this came in a set with these 2 coins, this Proof could be obtained in other ways. That's why the 5-coin set had to be sent in unopened from the mint packaging, so that the 3 coins that could be obtained other ways would get the 25th anniversary set. So if this coin ever gets separated from the holder, or the label gets destroyed and there's no way to, you just forever can never see the label, they could not certify that this was from the 5-coin set. Unlike these 2 coins, because the only way to get these 2 was from the 5-coin set. So there's a difference. That's why and see, they didn't even put early release on this. This is just from the anniversary set. These got the first release. Well, so what? Yeah, the first release. That doesn't mean you got the first coins minted. You just got the first coins, the first sets that left the mint. Who cares? What's special about that? The coins, there's no difference in the coins from the, if they were sent out on day 1 and you happen to get day 2, who cares? The coins are the same. So that's kind of my rant on some of these labels. Let me know your thoughts down below, because I am going to do another video on another label type. This is just showing part of my organization and how I'm going to weed out some of the coins that are a little more meaningless for my set. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll see you on another one.